Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Your brother.
Ji, your question, my brother.
Okay. My question is respect of debtors, and more specifically, I'm involved in a service industry of advising. So my question is, in respect of debtors, there are concurrent account. For example, if you work for somebody in 2009, 10, and they keep paying you during the year, and you keep rendering services during the year, so they have a rolling account. So when I look at my amount for this year, there could be some amount from 2009 and 2008, but it is paid. It's not one of those where it's a bad debt. How do I get the amount in that respect?
So the debtors one is usually a very difficult one to explain, especially on a TV show like this, simply because if we try and explain, it mustn't be taken as an explanation for all debtors. But let me give it to you in the best way I can.
Okay.
Debtors in your books are as good as cash.
Right.
Except for those that you know are not payable. That's number one. Number two, the Sharia defines debtors in a few ways, but one way it defines it is it defines it as strong debtors. That means you know that you can go and claim that money back and they will give it to you. And of course, weak debtors, people that are for whatever reason unable to pay you, are shirking you, etc., etc.
Yeah.
In recognizing that, the Sharia says that you will pay zakat on your strong debtors.
Right.
So the closest explanation or the closest example I can give you is we all have that favorite cousin which we've given a loan of 5,000 rand to.
Couple of cousins.
And we know those cousins, in our mind, we know we've written them off, we know that.
Right.
But if they give it to you, alhamdulillah, you know, we can go for a nice holiday. But in our mind, we've written them off, and we've given it to them on that basis that we want to save their dignity, we want to make them feel that they're obligated, you know, this is not just a freebie, etc., etc.
Yeah.
In that case, my suggestion is those cousins, you write them off.
Right.
But where you give a business loan, you're running a business, you know it's on your books, you know that you have an avenue to claim your money legally and otherwise.
Yeah.
As far as you are concerned, they are strong debtors.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also know historically 5%, 8%, 10%, you would know your industry, what are your bad debts. So
I understand in respect of the differentiation between good debtors and bad debtors, right? But my question is, what if you've got a good debtor which you know that is going to pay you, but that amount was owing from about 2010, but they're still going to pay you in 2015, they are still a good debtor, but that amount of the debt was from 2010 already. I have been paying zakat on that amount every year from 2010 until this year. That is my question.
You see, so what you're doing is not wrong, and it may be affecting you in some way, but what you are doing is not wrong. It's the right thing to do, because that's how we treat it. So you've got two options. You can either go and make a claim to them. Good customers, besides the point, is that look, they need to sort you out, because I think one of the biggest failures of business in this country is cash flow.
100%.
And so you've got a choice. You've got a tough choice to make. You're either going to ask for it and know that they can't pay you, or ask for it without burning any bridges, knowing that they're going to pay you, because your business depends on it as well.
Yeah.
There is a third option, and I'm shy to give the third option simply because it mustn't become the rule for all other debtors that are paying you zakat.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want to, you could call me on Monday at the office. I'll give you a very practical option how to do it after listening to your call, after listening to your particular situation. But it is within the rules of the Sharia, but it is not a general rule, simply because I don't want to make an answer to somebody where somebody has given a loan to a cousin or a friend or whatever it is, and then says, well, because SANS have said so, we can do that. And there isn't a general rule. The first rule is you treat it as if it is as good as cash on hand.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that would be my source. So what you are doing, if it's not hurting you too much, brother, Allah bless you firstly for doing the right thing. Continue with it, inshallah.
Jazakallah. Allah reward you.
Ameen. Jazakallah. Thank you very much.